The following program is intended for informational purposes only, and not as a standalone training tool. Please refer to the Flexco website and other Flexco literature for detailed instructions. Prior to any work on your conveyors, make certain that the power has been turned off and the belt is locked out. Follow other safety precautions outlined in the operator's manual. And be certain to wear all recommended safety equipment prior to engaging in any belt maintenance procedure. To install FlexLag Weld-On pulley lagging, you will need the following items: a welder, welding shield, gloves, welding clamps will be needed, a minimum of 2, however 6 will make the job easier, a sander, grinder, or wire brush, a rubber or plastic mallet, a tape measure, carpenter square, and a marking pen. When ordering FlexLag Weld-On ceramic pulley lagging, simply measure the pulley face in inches and subtract 2. Here, we are using WCN 24. A simple calculation is used to determine the correct number of FlexLag Weld-On lagging strips. Measure the pulley diameter in inches. Then take the pulley diameter and divide it by 2. The pulley diameter divided by 2 is the number of lagging strips needed for the job. There are a few things that you will want to avoid while doing the lagging installation. Do not overheat the lagging while welding. This can cause premature failure and tile loss. Do not skip any weld locations. This can cause lagging strips to break loose. And do not exceed 1 1/4 inch gaps between the lagging strips. This will cause problems with belt cleaner performance. The pulley face needs to be prepared for welding and should be free of any dirt, oil, scale, paint, rust, or old lagging. Begin by grinding the pulley face to bare metal. A weld-through primer or zinc spray can be applied to the surface of the pulley and the welds if additional corrosion protection is desired. Now to begin, you will need to mark the line that is parallel to the center shaft and square to the edge of the pulley. Here, we are using a level to mark equal points at each edge of the pulley. Then you will want to connect the two lines with a straight edge or a chalk line. If the pulley is in good condition and the edges are undamaged, you can use a carpenter's T-square placed against the edge of the pulley to serve as a guide. Using the line that you have just marked on the pulley, place the first strip of weld-on lagging along the line and center the lagging on the pulley face. Once the first piece is in place, clamp it to the pulley. If the lagging extends beyond the edge of the pulley by greater than 1/2 inch, the excess lagging can be trimmed with a saw. Be sure that the backing plate conforms to the surface of the pulley. If necessary, use a rubber or plastic mallet to get the lagging to conform to the pulley. Use the cutout space provided on the metal backing plate to weld the lagging strips into place. To ensure strength and longevity, be certain not to miss any weld-on tabs. The finish weld in the cutout tab on FlexLag Weld-On lagging should be approximately 1 inch in length and provide good penetration for strength and long life. Make sure you weld all the cutout locations on each strip of FlexLag Weld-On lagging. Skipping cutout weld locations can result in poor performance of lagging and reduce life of the lagging strip. The second strip of lagging should be clamped into place next to the first, making sure that it is set firmly against the previous strip. Continue to follow this pattern, clamping the next piece of weld-on lagging up against the previous one, making sure that the strips of lagging are square and tight against each other. Before finishing, you'll want to trial fit the last 3 to 4 pieces of lagging. It is very important to determine the final gap between the last few strips of lagging before welding. You can check the gap after clamping the remaining 3 to 4 strips of lagging into place. If the gap on any of the 3 to 4 clamped pieces is greater than 1 1/4 inches, distribute the gap evenly by adjusting the overlap between the remaining lagging strips. Now finish lagging the pulley by welding the remaining strips into place. Flexco, your partners in productivity.